Have you ever wondered which inventions made everything possible and made the world how it is today? This idea has a true and deep meaning to it, which is valid for anyone who is living on this earth. It is challenging to determine which invention changes the world the most, and it's almost impossible to come up with a list that marks 10 of the most significant inventions in human history. But here's my take at it. Number 1, fire. The most important discovery of all time since ages is fire. For as long as man has lived on Earth, he has a close relationship with the environment. As much as the environment has affected man, man has affected the environment. It was not until man learned to influence its surrounding environment that he took the first steps towards social advancement and having the ability to control the events taking place in its life. One of the first victories man won in this power struggle occurred when he acquired the ability to harness fire. Fire and the power it wields served as a major instrument for development among the earliest people of the earth. Fire provided the earliest men with a number of luxuries that were previously unavailable to the human species. For one, it provided man with a source of warmth. This was important for an obvious reason of comfort on cold nights, but it also has further reaching effects. It may have helped man expand geographically. While man was confined to warmer climates, once he was able to make fires and generate heat, he may have been able to migrate slightly to colder places because he had the ability to bring a source of warmth. This may have also increased the lifespan of the average man, preventing him from getting frostbite or becoming sick from hypothermia or other temperature-related illnesses. Number 2, the wheel. This one invention got the whole world moving, literally. Just have a look around your daily lives, and you'll probably see how this little circular discovery has changed our lives. From the behaviors of a clock to the steering wheel of your car and the tires of a vehicle, it's everywhere you can imagine. It wouldn't probably be wrong to say that if it weren't for the wheel, the world wouldn't simply exist as we know it. Number 3, printing. It would be just about right to say that printing was the first of many communication mediums that were to follow. Upon its invention, it completely changed the way information was earlier stored and endorsed. It also weaved the groundwork for the Renaissance and the scientific revolution. Although woodblock printing was widespread as early as 220 AD, but it was Johannes Gutenberg's printing press in 1436 that made all the difference. It made information available to the general public, and it was an enlightenment of the masses. According to an estimate, almost 600 trillion pages are printed annually, and we vastly owe it to the printing press. Number 4, electricity. Hundreds of years ago, people have never imagined that they can make lives very easy through technology. In the modern day, we cannot imagine life without electricity. Here are 3 ways that electricity has changed life. Number 1, communication. This is probably the most improved aspect in people's lives. With electrical powered devices and computers, people now communicate with each other no matter how far the distance is. As long as you have a source of power to use your mobile phone or the internet, you will not have any problem with long distance communication. Number 2, entertainment. Electricity has improved entertainment a lot too. People can use televisions and radios because of electricity. It is also used for printing books and for powering microphones during events. Number 3, work. Tell me a kind of work or profession that does not need electricity. There is none. From construction to corporate jobs, from white collar to blue collar work, people need electricity to operate some equipment. Number 5, the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell was the first to be awarded a patent for the electric telephone in 1876. The first successful bidirectional transmission of clear speech by Bell and his assistant Thomas Watson was made in March 1876. The invention quickly took off and revolutionized global business and communication. Number 6, aircraft. The word aviation came from the Latin word avis, which means bird. It began with kites and gliders to check for calculation of the length of the tunnel, then later on the discovery of the hydrogen that paved the way to the creation of balloons. There were a series of attempts prior to serious study of Leonardo da Vinci, who researched birds' wings and gave the idea of man-powered aircraft. Later on, Joseph Michael and Jackson Montgolfier created hot air balloons. Octave Chance invented airplanes, and the rest of developments were made thereafter. Number 7, if the steam engine mobilized industry, the automobile mobilized people. The automobile's effort on business, society, and culture is hard to overestimate. Most of us can just jump in a car and go wherever we want, anytime, effectively expanding the size of any community to the distance we're willing to drive to shop or visit friends. Our cities are largely designed and built around automobile access, with paved roads and parking lots taking up huge amounts of space and big chunk of government budgets. Number 8, penicillin. It's one of the most famous discovery stories in history. In 1928, the Scottish scientist Alexander Fleming noticed a bacteria-filled Petri dish in his laboratory with its lid accidentally opened. The sample had become contaminated with mold, and everywhere the mold was, the bacterium was dead. That antibiotic mold turned out to be fungus Penicillium, and over the next 2 decades, chemists purified it and developed the drug penicillin. Number 9, the light bulb. We immediately think of Thomas Edison as electric light bulb's inventor, but dozens of people were working on similar ideas in the 1870s when Edison developed his glowing bulb. Joseph Swan did similar work in Britain at the time, and eventually the two merged their ideas into a single company, Edison Swan. You might think the light bulb changed the world by allowing people to work at night or in dark places. It did, to some extent, but we already had relatively cheap and effective gas lamps and other light sources at the time. It was actually the infrastructure that was built to provide electricity to every home and business that changed the world. And for number 10, we had computers. A computer is a machine that takes information in and is able to control it in some way and outputs new information. There is no single inventor of the modern computer. Computers are able to make complicated mathematical calculations at an incredible rate of speed. When they operate under the instructions of skilled programmers, computers can accomplish amazing achievements. Some high-performance military aircraft wouldn't be able to fly without constant computerized adjustments to flight control surfaces. Computers perform the sequencing of the human genome. That is it for this top 10, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more, and don't forget, guys, comment down a suggestion you guys have for an idea, and it may be turned into a video. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next video.